Hidden in Corpus Juris Secundum, there's a doctrine almost nobody talks about, a line that explains more about the justice system than most law schools ever will. The lawyer's highest duty is to the court and the system, not the truth, not the client, not the outcome that actually matches reality, the system. Once you understand that, everything that happens to defendants suddenly comes into focus, especially the way competency evaluations get deployed long before trial ever starts. Because the moment a defendant understands their rights, the moment they push back against misconduct, the moment they refuse to be quiet, the system doesn't debate them, it diagnoses them. They don't say, "You're wrong." They say, "You might be unstable." They don't say, "Let's address your concerns." They say, "We need to pause your rights." They don't say, "You understand too little." They say, "You understand too much." Across the country, every state has its own version of this pretrial shortcut, a psychological trapdoor disguised as evaluation, built to question your mental fitness the second you become inconvenient. In Minnesota, it's Rule 20. Some states call it 1368, 15-8, mental exam, fitness review. The names change, but the strategy doesn't. It's one of the system's cleanest power plays. Hit the brakes, freeze the case, strip your voice, treat knowledge like instability. Not to protect you, but to protect the machine that's been running the same play since long before you arrived. I've lived it twice. Not because I misunderstood anything, but because I understood everything they didn't want me to see. When you request evidence, you're obsessive. When you document violations, you're paranoid. When you correct an attorney's misstatement, you're delusional. When you try to fire ineffective counsel, suddenly you're not competent to decide. It's not madness, it's choreography. And it works because the public assumes these evaluations are neutral. They're not. They're leverage. Delay is its own form of punishment. Confusion is its own form of control. Silence is its own form of guilt. But competence isn't complicated. You know the charges, you know the roles, you understand the risks. You can speak for yourself. You can defend yourself. That's competence. And that's exactly what the system hates. A defendant who isn't afraid, isn't lost, and isn't playing along. So they repeat the same trick, the same concerns, the same evaluation, the same attempt to manufacture instability where none exists. And since they love quoting the definition of insanity, look closely at who keeps repeating themselves. Not the defendant staying consistent, but the institutions running the same tactic on loop, expecting a different outcome. I'm not folding. I'm not fading. I'm documenting. This is Feature 1. Feature 2 is a prior Rule 20 hearing that I recorded myself. They deemed me incompetent and then denied me my rights to appeal the incompetency. They are in a 42 USC 1983 civil rights pickle right now, and they scheduled another competency evaluation with the same exact practitioner to discredit what I know and understand. This doctor seems clearly corrupted. I'm posting the raw audio that I was never supposed to obtain and the hidden tells and the full breakdown of the strategy they hoped I'd never understand. Now maybe they will simply leave me alone. Written by Jacob White, founder, DueCourse.legal, in collaboration with artificial intelligence.